Welcome to Bar Talk After Dark. This is where we change the conversation, add a little bit more stuff to it, you know what I'm saying? And give our honest opinions about many of subjects that we don't talk about on the YouTube page. Not YouTube page, Facebook page. And so I'm gonna say this. Bar Talk After Dark. Be prepared. Don't clutch your pearls, cause you was invited here and you know what we talking about. And with that being said, I'm your host, Brandon T.
And I'm Sharice. Welcome to
Yes.
Bar Talk After Dark.
Like, subscribe, share, with a disclaimer that we ratcheted it up a little bit. And so,
And if you're under the age of 18, this is the time for you to leave the room. This ain't for nobody that's that young. I'm telling you right now. And matter of fact, you might want to go 21. Not for you. It's not for
yeah,
you.
right, 'cause especially on this subject matter here this evening, this evening. So, I want to talk to women. I want to share something with you. I want to share something. It's a post.
Women.
Yes. No, forget that. Push it back. Talk to everybody. You know what? Because this right here does not is not gender specific. It's more. It's
If I
more.
have to brace myself and clutch my pearls,
Yeah, you might have to. You might have to. So I want to know. I want to know. You know what I'm saying? So people, people dating people, right? People dating
uh-huh.
people. Say you are you, and you're dating whoever you like, whatever you like, whoever you like, so forth. You're dating them. And so you meet them for the first time, da 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 da, and you find out that they are celibate when you talk to them. Like they no, not that they're like, oh, I started celibacy. They've been celibate for a while. Does that in turn make you think anything, Sharice? So if you met a man and y'all talking and so forth, and he says I'm celibate for the last 2-3 years, what do you take away from that?
I'm going to take away from that he is intentionally dating. That's
Intentionally
what I'm gonna
dating.
think.
Okay, intentionally.
Intentionally dating, where he's not dating to have sex with a woman. Like that's not the end goal. That's what I'm gonna think about a man who says I'm celibate.
So a man tell you he's celibate. So your takeaway right there is from he's intentionally dating not to have sex, but he's intentionally dating to get to know a person non-sexually.
Yes.
Does that you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna say this: if I'm talking to a woman and she says Brandon T from Bar Talk that I am celibate for the last couple of years, I would take that as have you had
You
that much?
probably gonna that's gonna be the end of the conversation. Stop lying.
No.
She gonna say that and
How
you
about
about run off.
how much sex did you have to? How much sex have you had that you needed a break? What have you been doing with yourself that you had to in turn switch off? That'd be the question for me. You've been celibate for a couple years. What about you, and what about the situations you've been in before that makes you want to go down that pathway? Now you can say that you was in a commune and you was working on, you know what I'm saying, being a nun or something or or some faction of that. And I can say that, you know what I'm saying, if you was in you know what I'm saying, you went to monastery school or whatever and you just ain't been around nobody. Then I can say,
You gotta
baby,
be a nun to not want sex. Is that
yeah.
what you're saying?
No, because like I
Or
said,
a priest?
but yeah, or that, or my question goes to: do you not like sex? Or you one of those, or you have a super sex addiction and you can't and you don't need to be around it. So that in turn makes our situation will be very limited in sex and so forth. That would be what I would think. So you saying you would take it as he's dating for a purpose and that's a check mark, and I'm looking at it as a red flag.
So basically, what you're saying is, if you can't get with a woman and get some, it's a red flag.
No, if you say that I have been celibate for years, then I'm looking at it as a red flag. Especially you got 4 kids, 3 baby daddies.
Okay, what if the person just said, you know what? I have 4 kids with 3 different men, and I'm not married, and I haven't been married. I haven't been proposed to. I haven't been close to marriage. Clearly, I'm doing something wrong. and now I'm going to try it a different way. What's wrong with that?
What's the different way? Is it just the sex part? Maybe you're a rotten person. You need to work on your personality and so forth. Why is it
But
why?
maybe you're not a rotten person. Maybe you are a good person and you still have fly by night relationships that result in you being stuck with a child. And now you're thinking, hey, you know what? I think I want to try this different. This hasn't benefited me nothing. Hopping in bed with all these different guys that I'm just dating just got me another kid that I have to take care of. And now I want to try something new and different, and maybe she became a Christian and felt like, hey, I want to deal with it a different way in that respect too.
True. Okay. I can say that. You know what? I will give you that. I will give you that. So,
Hmm.
but you don't see
I should
anything.
warn you, I wanted to be a lawyer.
So would you? So you don't see anything wrong with the man been celibate for a bunch of years. There's no red flags at all in that scenario for you at all.
Well, I mean, certainly we're gonna have to have some more conversation about why, what led to that decision, how long has that person been in celibacy, and what potentially are they looking? What's the off ramp for it? Where's the off ramp? So maybe that person says, well, I'm waiting until marriage. Well, as a Christian, I'm going to have to respect that. I'm going to have to respect a man who's saying I'm waiting for marriage. And if that's the case, even with a woman who's a Christian, then maybe she should only date men who are Christian with the same mentality, because that's going to be very difficult for someone who's not on that same journey to respect. I get it. It's not for everybody. It's not. But it is something that you can say, okay, I don't agree, I don't like it, ain't for me, but I respect it.
Right. I'm with you. So so far as celibacy, what's your take on celibacy as a whole, as a thing to do? You know what I'm saying? How do you feel about it as a you know what I'm saying in general? Is that something you would subscribe to for whatever reason? You know what I'm saying? Do you need to take a hiatus from the do? What you thinking about it?
Well, first of all, Brandon, I've been in a lot of long term relationships, and there's nothing wrong with somebody deciding, and me, because I have just decided that's what I'm choosing to do at this moment. So just because I don't want sex to cloudy up of something real. Because let's be for real, you start having sex with people, it's totally different from for women. Women fall in love during sex a lot of times. Women get really connected and think it's way more than what it is. A man, all y'all doing is counting bodies. Y'all just got another body count, and
Not
ain't no
counting
feelings.
bodies.
Counting bodies. Ain't no feelings behind all that sex, but women are really emotionally attached, and it's a way for me, for women, to say, you know what? Before I start getting emotionally attached to somebody through sex, I would rather take that off the table, and we're gonna be both emotionally attached before something happens here, and that is okay in my opinion. If somebody just wants to keep adding up bodies, then that's fine. Don't find somebody who want to add up bodies too.
Right.
Won't be me.
Right. Okay. I mean that's fair enough. And I say I think 50 Cent said he's celibate, and he was like he said that changes a lot in the relationships that he when he meets people and so forth. And that you take the sex part out of it, and then you see who the person is and so forth. So I can see that's one of the things that if you really think sex clouds your mind and that decision and so forth, and then also, I guess it also depends on how important sex is to you in that person that says they're celibate and so forth. Because I guess there's question marks about, you know what I'm saying, if this person is celibate and so forth, and I'm a high sex drive person, then what do I know about this person, about how much time I spend, how much time, and then we find out when we finally come back, when that quote unquote off ramp hit, and then we're so sexually mismatched. Now we wasted time. Do you see that, or is that just one of the things that you gamble on and see what happens later?
But I think you have to gamble on it even if you have sex and like it early young. Because let's be for real. There are people who meet you, swing from chandeliers, tell you they can have sex every day, all day, 3 days, and you marry them, and next thing you know, you're cut off. And you wondering what happened to the person that used to swing from the chandeliers and do a double flip and hop, you know?
Right.
So I think I don't care what position you're in. I always say relationships are a gamble regardless.
Right.
They're all going to be a gamble because the other person can abruptly change something that you didn't anticipate them changing.
True. Very true. Very true. Very true.
I know people that's happened to. They're like, "Oh, shoes, we was having sex 3 or 4 times a day. We got married and she cut me off, started wearing big rollers to bed and
And
sweatshirts
pajamas.
and
And
pajamas
pajamas.
and sweatpants, and now I got almost trick her into it. And so you
He
sitting
got
here.
sound like he got tricked into it.
But that's my point. You can get tricked into it where a person, well, they walking around with all kind of what you call them bulletproof vests on,
But a bulletproof
and
vest.
extra this and extra
Yeah.
that, and then you get married and you wake up one day 3 months later after you marry them, they don't look like nothing you said I do to, because it was all a trick in the first place.
Right.
And the same thing, men will do it too. They got all kind of tricks to get you the first couple of times, and slowly but surely all of them tricks become one thing happening, one position: missionary. Okay, you sitting up
Oh, snap!
say,
Not the mission.
what happened?
The dreaded
All the
missionary.
tricks.
Oh, look, she like, why we doing missionary again? You know, I like that. That
We was
chandelier
doing a
looks
whole
sturdy.
bunch of tricks when I met you, and now we got one thing that gets you to where you want to go, and then you off to sleep where it used to be all night next morning. And I think it's a gamble, is my point. Regardless of who, what, where, it's all a gamble.
Uh huh. I can see that. You're right. You're right. If you look at, if like I said, everybody says they quote unquote representatives out, and people want certain things, and they do whatever and so forth. So is it safer to say that if you're single? So would you advise the single people out there to do be celibate until they find the person that checks a bunch of boxes, or you was like, just enjoy yourself. What would you advise the youths out there, the young women out there that's out there, you know what I'm saying, single and looking for a situation?
I think for one, you need to figure out what it is you want. Seriously, figure out what you want, because if you just out there looking for some fun, hey, do you, boo? Okay, like they say, do you, boo boo? Go have some fun. But if you're trying to have something serious, then you need to do 50 Cent, and then you will really start seeing people for who they are without sex clouding your judgment. Because those relationships that were so great and hot and heavy, when you take sex off the table, as my mama would say, ain't about nothing. and
Okay.
and really, when you start taking sex off the table, a lot of relationships become not about anything at all. And so making a decision to be celibate or not have sex or wait whatever period of time you want until it's really a relationship and there's emotional connection is probably a safer bet if that's what you're looking for. But if you just looking to pop one off and have a good time, then do you, boo boo. That's all I got for you. I just feel like we get so caught up in sex that you're not really having a real relationship,
Okay.
and that lasts longer because you so looking forward to all this sex that everybody is having. We having so, well, man, we having a good time. We having sex. We doing this. We doing that, and then you take that off the table and you ain't really had nothing. You ain't telling yourself the truth about old boy. He a bum. Okay, he barely can keep a job, but he's so throwing down. So you excuse that because it's what it is in the bedroom. He's a bum. He ain't got nothing going for him.
But he got 50,
He
11 tricks for you. You don't need to.
but he got some tricks for
You,
you.
you, you,
Okay, cause
you,
look,
you don't know what happened to you. You know what I'm saying? It's a puddle on the floor when y'all finish. And you're like, I love him, but he can't keep a job.
and bums are real good in bed. You know why? They got time on their hands to perfect their craft. So you gonna be in for a lot of surprises because he had a lot of time to perfect his craft. It's always the bummy ones that's doing some stuff because he got a lot of time on his hands.
Right. Right. I'm with you. I'm with you. Like I said though, I think, you know what I'm saying, but I think that the celibacy thing, it's one of those situations that make you think when a person says that they're celibate and so forth. And I guess the question is why, what happened, or why'd you go in that direction and so forth.
But I told you,
It
what
could
if
be anything.
I
It could be
been
anything,
saying
right?
to myself, what I have tried has not benefited me and got me to where I want to go. So let me try it this way now. And let me say this while I'm talking. Ladies, don't go on no first or second dates and starting out with, I'm celibate, get that. You ain't getting none. Don't do none of that.
Right.
Don't go on the date with celibate wrote all across your forehead and a t-shirt on and making it plain, because at the end of the day, if you know you're not going to sleep with this person anytime soon, you're really a date. That's why I say go on coffee dates, a tea date, or whatever. Go for a walk. Is to qualify this person, because if you know you're celibate and you get on the first or second date and the dude already talking about what he can do in the bedroom, that's not going to work for you anyway. You know that's a no.
Right. True. And
It's a no off the top.
if you celibate but you want to go to the most expensive restaurant in your town, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure that everybody gonna feel slighted in this situation.
But look, I done told y'all men, stop taking these people to the most expensive restaurant in town on the first date. Because what if she's celibate? Why you thinking you gaining somewhere closer to the bedroom with every date and she's celibate? Also, both parties should be qualifying. That's what a first and second date is. It's a qualifying event.
Right.
You need to find out these things. Because if you get to date number four and you haven't found out, to me, that a woman is celibate or where that stands, that's on you. That's what you were supposed to be doing them other 3 dates.
Right.
You're supposed to be finding that stuff out. Not I'm at, well, I don't know, some expensive restaurant and you're steadily spending money and you haven't found out, oh, you're not gonna get none. Okay, because and you might not have decided to do that. You might want to just, go for a walk or sit in the park. I don't know.
True. 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 And then my question is, how can you be celibate? Well, human nature is human nature and so forth. Women, I would love to put y'all if y'all have abstained from sex for a long period of time, which for
Oh
some
my
reason
God, you
there's a
act like men don't
oh
do
hold on hold
this
on hold on hold on
too.
hold slow down slow down slow down slow down slow down. This is my curiosity about women. How do y'all go long periods of time without having sex? Because I'm pretty sure there's opportunities out there for you. And there might be more opportunity. Yeah, it's probably, honestly, it depends on where you live at. The opportunity for men and women to have sex is the same. There's some opportunity where it's a little less for men, more for women, and so forth, and then so forth. I want to know how do you go long periods of time? What do you do? And how do you do it that you can have go long periods of time without sex?
I can answer that for you right now.
Go.
I'm busy.
Okay.
That's the answer. I'm busy. I got things to do. I have other interests than sex. I really do. I've got things to do. Women are running businesses. They are looking at being interested in their own interest in hobbies
Okay.
and raising their kids and cleaning their
How
homes
you get them
and
kids
making
if you ain't
money
thinking about sex?
and figuring things out. So it's easy for a woman and they're tired at the end of the day.
Mm.
It's a man who has a problem probably with more celibacy than a woman, because women are busy. We're super busy.
Busy.
I'm single with no kids and I'm super busy. So I can only imagine somebody who has children to take care of, how much more they're doing than I am, and trying to run businesses and get thoughts together and homework and everything else. We're busy. That's not taking up 98% of our thought process, unlike you men.
All right. So is there in all this busy moments there's always some downtime. Is that you know what I'm saying?
Sleep.
Is
Sleep
that
is
is
downtime.
sleeping? Is that you know what I'm saying? We supplementing with some toys. You know what I'm saying to keep it going. I mean, what does that look like?
I
Oh,
don't
oh,
necessarily think
or is it
it's a
just
toy situation either. And let me say this before we go any further. I talked to a guy friend of mine last night about this very topic, and he's celibate. And he was like, and he's in the same age group I am. Now, are you shaking your head and scratching
no? Okay,
places?
do tell about this. Okay,
So his point was you get to a point of after dating and not being where you want to in a relationship
okay.
that you just don't he's like I used to be the person who could just hit it hit he never hit me because we're just friends but I'm gonna make that clear. We never,
he,
we
he,
never,
he never hit. He
we
never hit it.
we never hit nothing together because we're just friends.
Okay.
The Webster's Dictionary
The
person
Western
of
just
friends.
okay. Go ahead.
The Webster's, the 1959 Webster
Gotcha.
Dictionary
Gotcha.
definition of friends. And so he said to me, after doing that type of a lifestyle where I could have non-committal sex on a regular basis, and he's a good, really good-looking guy. Matter of fact, people call him a pretty boy, and said, I just want a solid, committed connection and a relationship with somebody. And so taking sex off the table only allows for that kind of connection. And I was like, I didn't know. I was just asking him an opinion on the subject.
So his opinion is he if he takes sex off the table that he can have this tightly committed relationship. That's his theory, right?
Not half, but at least you know what you're working with,
Right.
where it's not sex is not convoluting the relationship and keeping you there longer because it suits some other need than what you're really looking for, and that's sexual.
Okay. So let's say this then. Let's say this then. So what if that those other needs are you know what I'm saying he's looking for, but then the woman on the other side, you know what I'm saying her one of her biggest needs is sexual. And she can give you all the rest, but her need is sexual. And then y'all, you like, nah, I don't want that feeding into what she wants, and you looking for that. Then y'all are mismatching when y'all possibly could have a good situation.
But if that's not, again, then you're not compatible. If somebody else is in a place in their life where they want to be celibate
Okay,
until whatever the off rep is,
right.
whether it's a 6 month relationship, a year, marriage,
Uh,
then either you know what you signed up for. Okay, well, I'm willing to give you that year and be in a committed relationship with you and see where we're going from there,
uh-huh.
or to marriage, or you know that's not for you
So what
and
if
then don't bother them people no more.
so
Leave
what
them
if
folks alone.
what if the person is perfect for him and the off ramp is 2 miles too far for her, or vice versa? Then
Okay.
what do you do? So say like you said, if he's saying that I need these boxes checked before I have sex, and he's saying that sex makes me puts me in a category of non-committal to them, and so I'm like I need to be a different way and so forth. And he's like, well, I need to go down this pathway because the women before her was like just only using for the meat and so forth. And now you meet this another person that likes everything, but she likes the meat too, but she likes the whole package. Wouldn't he miss her? Even though she's gonna give him what he wants, you know what I'm saying, as far as relationship wise, but she wants a physical relationship too, because she's you know what I'm saying, her love language is physical touch. Do you start missing potentials because he's like, yo, I'm because I met these people in the past that only wanted, you know what I'm saying, sex. And now you know, I'm messing up future situations that people that want to balance.
I mean, that's a possibility, but look at it too. If that's something where that person has said, this is my boundaries. My boundaries is I want to wait for sex, 6 months, a year, marriage, or whatever. And then you come along and you're like, hey, we really mesh well together, but I need sex. And now the other person goes, okay, I don't want to lose you. So now I'm going to give in to that. Okay? So you want sex, I'll give you sex. And then it don't work out. And now this person is feeling like there's going to be a lot of resentment that I gave up what I was holding on to because I was trying to meet your needs versus really staying true to myself. And I think even if it works out to a degree, a person can have that sort of resentment too, because then they can say, well, I came off of what my boundaries were to accommodate you. When okay, we're not a match. Okay, maybe I might miss out on some great people. Maybe I miss out on some people that maybe I won't miss out on nothing. Maybe I'll some of those people that needed to keep walking kept walking. Thank God.
True. So like I
Maybe
said,
I protected myself.
it's a coin. It turns into a coin toss at the end of the day on that one, whether or not you know what I'm saying you could miss them or you could have missed the wrong person or missed the right person. I guess it depends on at the end of the day what's important to you.
At the end of the day, you can have your self-respect to say I didn't come off my boundaries. I
You can
didn't
say that.
change.
You can say that. You can say that.
You got that at the end of the day, whether you got some sex or not. You
Right.
can say I got this boundary and I stood on it and I'm willing to wait.
Yeah.
There you go.
Right. And then, so within not having that boundary, it doesn't ever come in at any point in time that you know what I'm saying. You said it. I need 6 months to a year of celibacy when I meet a person, and you get that 6 months to a year, and then at the end of that, you know what I'm saying. What bothers me at the end of that? What if we is not sexual compatible? What if like I said what if she's not good? What if she's like a pillow princess and so forth? And there's
Oh,
no
princess, what is that?
yes you got no moves. You just there.
Oh,
You got no moves.
okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I didn't know that was a term.
Yeah, it's a term. It's a term. Yeah. People tell Sharice in the comments that it's a term. Yeah, you got
Somebody
that.
help me out.
Yes, you got that, and she got no moves or nothing, and it's like or for in the woman's case, what if he's like super small and can't move it, or have no other skill sets to put in there? He was celibate because he was embarrassed about you know what I'm saying his skill sets, and he feel like I want to woo you into my you know what I'm saying my romanticism and can't please you. Does that in turn cause a problem? I mean, do you look at
Listen,
it?
I
Do you
think
look at the internet term and say,
a woman will put up with not being 100% sexually pleased way before a man, and where she's really in love with a person, sex or no sex. Women can do that. They're like,
long
okay,
periods of
well,
time?
I'm in love with him. Yes,
So you trying to tell
men
me
can't do
you can
that.
be 0% satisfied and you would stay with
I
the guy?
didn't say 0%. And furthermore, maybe it's something we can talk about. Maybe it's
He
something we
can't get
got to
no
do
bigger.
something
He,
about.
he can't get no bigger.
No,
He not gonna
no,
grow up
but we can
taller.
talk about some other things we can try.
He said, I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? He don't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? You get this, or you know what I'm saying, or he like okay, compensate going down on you, but you get if you can't get there in a minute 38 seconds, it ain't happening. So what do you do with that? Say that you're that far unsatisfied sexually after you waited all that time in celibacy. Maybe you put the celibacy thing on them, and then you find out a year later that you know what I'm saying you are not satisfied. You're not compatible at all.
Okay,
What
so
what?
let's look at that in a different way then, Brandon. So what if I'm just running through people because I'm trying to see who I'm sexually compatible with without anything else to and accounting for anything else. So, okay, I met Bob. Tell you what, Bob. Well, Bob wasn't a builder. Okay, he was not a builder. he was he had some issues. He couldn't build nothing up, so he had some problems. So Bob had to go. Okay, Bob gone. Okay, now here come Tom. Okay, well, Tom was teeny Tom. So now Tom got to go. That's another body. Okay, now let's see Michael. Let's see. And Michael came. Okay, I got Michael because I'm trying to just see who can I can be sexually compatible with. So Michael, well, to give Michael 30 seconds, it's over. And then he fell on the run. So okay, so then Michael didn't work out. Do you see my point? I can keep building, going down these body counts,
You can
trying to be sexually compatible with somebody
right.
before I really have relationships with them. And now maybe I didn't waste a year of my time, but now I'm wasting a lot of my body count on people that it's not working out, and I don't even have a relationship nor want one with some of these folks because I don't know Bob the build not the builder and Teeny Tom and Michael who the 32nd dude at all. And what if they're great in bed? And now I get to know you, and you got a lot of attributes that I don't want in a relationship other than you great in bed. It's a half dozen one way, six the other.
Right.
It's all gonna have to. You got to figure it all out for what you want and who you are.
So, in other words, none of it matters at the end of the day. You abstaining or you jumping into it. You know what I'm saying?
It's
Abstaining,
all still a risk.
it's all still a risk. So abstaining just delays the inevitable. And the most precious thing we all got in this world is time. So it depends on how much time you want to waste or give in turn to figure out if something is going to be right for you or not. So,
So
so I
basically,
propose that to everybody.
you want to go for door A, the run through everybody, see who you compatible with, to take your chances after the sex is good, and see if it's something else that you can build on.
Well, I'm
That's
not.
basically what you're saying.
I'm not saying. I'm saying that what's the hybrid version? What's the hybrid version? Do you have to be do you have to be celibate for well you have to be celibate for years. We talking, we getting close and so forth. Do you have to be you came in celibate? How long your celibate should last? After you say you like a person, how much more celibacy should it be?
Maybe it's not a year. Maybe it's not marriage. Maybe it's till I feel like we have a solid,
Third date.
committed. What?
Third date. That's far enough. And we saw each other.
Yeah.
We
Okay,
saw each
fine.
other Friday and
Let's
Saturday
go through these
already.
dates again. No, you're not getting ready to speed date me to get to the bedroom because that's what I say about speed daters. Ladies, be careful. Any man that wants to speed date you, what he's trying to do is speed date you straight onto your bed. So let's be for real. If you go on the first date, it's 3 hours. Okay, we're gonna do some math now after we done build Bob, Tom, and Michael. Um, First date 3 hours.
Friday.
Second date a week later is not. No, we're not doing Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's speed date. So and don't date nobody like that, women. I don't care how great and amazing he thinks let you
Ugh.
believe you are. He's trying to speed date you to the bedroom. So the first date is 3 hours. The second date is 3 hours. So you talking about the third date? I've known you for 9 hours, sir. Why would I be having sex with you?
That's a whole work day plus an hour lunch.
Once again, I haven't even known you 24 hours.
24. How about the phone
I
calls
might
before we
not
got to
even
the
know
date?
your middle name, your mama middle name, your kids' names, where you
How
live, and you
many
gonna
names you
say,
need? How many people you need to know to
I
pull
need
them
everybody.
draws off? You know what
I
I'm
need
saying?
everybody. Because when something happens, I can't be going around talking about I got pregnant by Ray Ray. I don't even know Ray Ray last name. I don't even know where he lives. He be in a blue car sometime and a red one others. I don't know nothing about Ray Ray. We done been on 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and I'm pregnant. So no.
So in other words, so I guess so celibacy stops you from getting pregnant too soon. Okay.
Celibacy, you ain't gonna catch nothing. So
All
you
right.
ain't got to worry about catching nothing when you being celibate. I promise you. You
So
safe.
so my theory is this, and I'm gonna put this out. If you fellas, if you meet a woman that's coming in celibate, she says she's been celibate for a while. You know what I'm saying? A while being more than a year. You know what I'm saying? I like I said, I personally ask. I'm like, why are you celibate? What happened? What? I mean, you clearing your
Why does
mind.
something have to happen?
I'm just trying to tell you how my mind works. I want to know what's happening for you to be celibate, especially if you got children and been in a bunch and been married before and all this stuff in different relationships before. What happened? Is there some trauma that happened? Is this one of the things where you feel like all guys want to hit it and so you like you want to you know what I'm saying throw the celibacy screen out there to see if they still want to know you and so forth? Is this a tactic? You know, so I just want that's my thing. Like, what's to it?
Well, okay, Brandon, but what if she says, what happened is I've tried life without not being celibate. I have, I've done all of that, and I want to just do something different. I am at a place in my life where I want to do something different. Will you, as a man, accept that? And I mean, you can accept it and walk off and say, "Well, then I'm sorry, it's not for me, Tammy." But is that an answer that you're gonna be able to just simply accept that she's saying into whoever, "I have tried it the way that I did everything I wanted to do, and now I'm looking for more than just a sexual relationship. My relationships turned sexual the minute I had sex with somebody." And maybe she's saying I was swinging from chandeliers and it was this, that, and the other. And now I couldn't get a real relationship because all a man focused on was sex. Is that an answer
That's an
that
answer.
you can
I
accept?
I can understand that answer, and then that turns into what do I want in that situation? Am I on the same time and so forth? Yes, I can accept that answer. Yes, I can.
And I
And
mean, you have a choice to say
yeah,
it ain't for me,
and
baby. Good luck.
then so forth. But then it turns into how long are we gonna go? Are we going this and what the expectations of this getting to know process looks like? Because
Well,
if this is one of the things where okay you're holding off until you get treated a certain way, and then that certain way means you want 5 star everything until you feel like 5 star is a normal thing. Then that at that point I don't think that's for me because I ain't
and
trying to
you have the
bargain
right.
my way
You have
to
the right to feel that way. But let's be for real. With men, a lot of you all can get sex with a happy meal. Okay? It don't take much. I had somebody I know say, "Nope, I got sex with a candy bar and some Reese cups, some Reese cups and a
so
great pop." That's what it was.
so
Reese
So
cups
I
and
got
a
some
great
red
pop.
Kool. I got some red
And
Kool Aid
so
for you. That's all
it
you
don't
need. Some
take
red Kool
much.
Aid.
So if you're a guy who wants to get a girl with a happy meal, and then sometimes that happy meal could be a steak somewhere, and or a Reese cup and a great pop, then a person who is on a different journey is not for you anyway. Y'all on two different places here.
Right.
Seriously, you're on two different roads. She's somewhere trying to be real, and you still just wanting to get your rocks off. That's two different paths. Those two people don't have no business being together. No way.
Right. True. Very true. Very true. So I guess it comes down to this. Everybody needs to be honest when they're having this conversation. And how soon would you say that you bring up the celibacy thing on your stance on sex? Do you jump out there on it? You know what I'm saying? First date, conversations to the date, the between first date, second date conversations in the middle of those. Do you when do you let that out the bag, or two, or you do it till you got enough 5 star dinners and he's trying to come back to your house, and then you like I'm celibate. What do you do it?
I don't. First, I
How many
don't.
expensive
None of
dates?
that. None of that. First of all, you don't. There's no reason to jump out on the first day. Ha ha! I'm celibate. There's no reason to do that
Right.
because you only should be on a coffee date in the first place. And as if first date is qualifying date, because I can talk to you for 10, 15 minutes and I'm already on like or not. Whether, let me put it this way instead: see again, and hell no, I'm never going to see this person ever again. And so there's no reason to tell a person on the first date that you may not see again that you're celibate. For what?
Right.
Okay, second date, we're still qualifying. Now I'm seeing if you are who you presented yourself to be on the first date. Again, no reason to hop out with I'm celebrate. No reason to do that. I don't even necessarily think there's a reason to do that. Now, and honestly, if you're going to be uncomfortable accepting expensive dinners because the man's thinking he's getting ready to go home and go to bed, then don't do that. Don't accept an expensive gift or dinner because a lot of men do think that that's what that's getting ready to lead to. So then I would say that's into the I really like you.
Right.
You
Right.
seem to like me. And this is not first, second, or third date because you don't know much about me to know if you like me. And I don't know much about you to know if I really like you. This is and everybody in this situation and equation should still be dating other people anyway.
So let me add this in there. What if celibate girl said that she's run into a bunch of cheap men and she been giving herself to cheap men and she wants a guy that's gonna spend some money and so she's trying to get you to spend money to see if you are the person to spend money, but she's still celibate. What is that? How does somebody do with that? Because
But
if she's
you
saying
know,
yeah, and so she's saying that I'm celibate because I run into this type of guy. It's all about sex and they're
and then they
cheap and
quit.
yeah they're cheap. They bring it. They all they got is what you say a Reese cup and some orange soda. You know what I'm saying? And they
Well,
yeah they just doing all just that. And then she's like, well, I need a man that's gonna spend money on me, treat me, pamper me, and so forth. But how does she figure that out? But she's celibate at the same time. So is it fair? How does she determine what the guy kind of guy is at without trying to use the guy for this? And he feels slighted.
well then, but that's different than somebody who is really on this journey of being celibate, trying to find a deep connection. That's totally different. This person is not trying to find a deep connection. This person is trying to find some deep pockets,
Right.
and so that's different. Then okay, I done messed around and screwed all these cheap people that had no money, and now the next time I'm gonna screw or whatever they're saying is gonna be with somebody with some money. That's got nothing to do with somebody who's on a journey to celibacy for a deeper rooted connection in a relationship. That's just somebody who's saying I may as well hold it and keep it for somebody with something.
Money. Yeah. Yeah.
Totally different.
Okay. So that's a different journey. So true celibacy journey is looking for holding out for a deeper connection, and then and these faux celibacy journeys are looking for who got stuff, trying to determine who got
Game.
stuff.
Okay, let's just call it what it is. That's it is just running game.
Okay. All right, fellas and people, fellas particularly watch out for these women running game. There's a lot of them
And
out here.
women too.
Now it's both sides, but it's more prevalent in women that's running that game for whatever they don't want to do something and they want to get everything out of you before they do it, and then vice versa. Do men? And I'm not saying men, withhold. I'm not gonna say withhold. Celibacy is not withholding. Celibacy is a journey. So running down their celibacy journey for something or other.
And men do that just what you just said. Withhold. And for whatever, whether it's be a punishment, whether it's I want her to beg me for it, or for what it ain't nothing to do with celibacy. Men not have sex for different reasons that appear to be celibacy.
Right. And with that being said, peoples, next episode of Bar Talk After Dark, we will talk about withholding on both sides. Both sides. And with that being said, it's been Bar Talk After Dark. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And we'll talk to you later. Peace.